I don't know. He actually likes the meetings. It's Harry that hates the meetings. It's weird being in here an hour after restart, dude. Jesus. This feels personal. I shouldn't have even came, dude. Bro, it's weird him not being in the seat.
Alright, what's the story?
Okay,
Why?
so I have a presentation about the new restructure of the company. So actually, let me just pass these out. Easier if I just do it on the table here.
Yeah, this feels wrong.
And one for Denzel.
I didn't get any presentation.
Thanks, Dance.
Oh, here, 1 second.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And just give me one moment here.
What?
I'm gonna say he just had a stressful.
There ain't no way. There ain't no way I have a role. Okay. That's kind of funny.
Okay, so I took a little bit of liberty with what we have in the book, and the branding and whatnot.
References, I like that.
Thank you. So as you can see, the current board,
The accountants.
Lang, Leslie, Nancy, Eve, Harry, and then the current staff and the accountants as well. Obviously, everybody else in the staff is kind of a question mark at this point, but we know that Tim, Denzel, Fiona, and Dewey are all on board, to my knowledge. So I did want to make some sort of org chart just so we see where everybody is. We do have openings in the staff, but beyond the staff, we also want to bring in heads of departments. We have on the following page everything that the people should be doing in their current position. Founding partners, y'all can do whatever the fuck you want. Oversight and supervision of the company. Managing partner would be myself and Eve. So day-to-day operations, board and department meetings.
Denzel.
The 1%,
Be Denzel.
which is Harry. He needs to do Harry things, but he also needs to do not too many Harry things. Legal, yeah, because we need to just keep a balance there. Tim, do legal things, but also
hilarious.
just be Timothy. HR, employee, company satisfaction for the organization, punishments and rewards. Just basically keep doing what they're doing. Denzel, that's you. You need to continue being Denzel and also just wake up for meetings when you can. And our blind spot right now, which is where we don't have anybody, accountants. So ideally, we're going to have them doing monthly accounting reports, overseeing cash flows, including employee pay and company dividends, making sure those are actually happening and coming through.
Yeah,
Tim,
I have
come over
five
here.
more. I have 5 more accountant meetings lined up, Leslie, and Nancy, for whenever you guys have time for those.
Perfect. Is there a book there for you, Tim? Cool. This is just kind of going over the company structure as it currently is and what we also need, Tim. So on the following page, you can see our departments. This is kind of where myself, Eve, Sid, and Max had a meeting and categorized everybody,
I feel like
all
Denzel
of our
and Harry
companies
have
that
the
we
same
want to
exact
continue
role.
into 4 pillars as Lang had outlined previously: automotive, services, tech, entertainment, and where things could fit. We want to appoint a department lead for each of these so that any employees can, their first step in the chain of command can be their department lead. Because we think that that could streamline a lot of communications and have just a point of contact specifically for that company, rather than Eve and I being the point of contact for every company, a specific point of contact just for that department.
It's very good.
Very well done.
Following page, expectations of what the department lead is going to do, overseeing department companies, finding new opportunities for the department, and also
If you're going to
communicating
include
with other
gambling
leads
under
for
entertainment,
interdepartment
I think you put
projects,
Max in charge.
where we can get some synergy going. Company owners, CEOs, normal stuff. The open positions we have obviously are the heads of each department. And then the restructure to do, I know a lot of this stuff is a work in progress. Even I have been discussing this. You've been working on some of it as well, Lang. And some of the defunct unused companies are stuff that we need to get rid of. I'm sure there's more than just Pablo Lotto and Tools R Us, but there are companies that we can definitely streamline out of the merger. Sid has also been discussing merging into Olympus, the billboard company, maybe selling the offices at CBC because it seems to fit all under the same umbrella. I don't know if we want to merge the industries and armory, considering it has two separate benches, etc.
Yeah, I think for accounting reasons, it's probably not ideal.
Which is totally fine. That's why there's a question mark there, because it's like it could make sense,
Gambling,
but also
literally Max is making his own
doesn't
company
in a lot of ways as well.
for gambling. I don't know.
But obviously for renames, it's not. I spoke to Tim about this the other day. We're not renaming Cerberus. We're making it a company under Raven, I believe. But we will need to rename Cerberus Industries, Armory, and then the Court Center as well, which I know Eve is working on, correct?
Yes, I am. I
Perfect.
was waiting for this announcement. today,
Talon
and
of
then I was gonna
Raven would be
submit,
such a funny Cerberus Industries
the thing
armory.
for the court center today.
I love
Yep.
the branding, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
The scheme is great.
I was thinking black and gold is kind of sick.
Yeah, it looks really, it looks better than I imagined.
The logo on the front looked really good as well. It's very
Thanks.
simple. But good.
Also, again, Eve is doing the Court Center. I'm going to be taking
Dude, look at
care
that
of,
logo. Dude, that logo is
rebranding,
sick.
Getting the proposal in for rebranding. Do you want it to just
There's
be called
even a
Raven
circle.
Industries and
There's even a
Raven
circle
Industries Armory?
I think so. Yes.
for the inner circle.
That's kind of what I was
We don't
thinking
have
as
to
well.
It's crazy.
complicate it.
Okay, so we'll get the name changes submitted, and then we should be full steam ahead to move forward.
All right. I don't really have any notes. I think this is done perfectly.
Awesome.
Yeah. With
We-
moving forward with the departments, I think we were
Yeah, memeing
saying
aside,
that
the
we would
logo
have
actually looks really good.
probably
This looks really
wherever
good.
we put like our board meetings, and then we would give greater freedom for the departments to have their own meetings, and we could sit
Mhm.
in on whenever that was, and see who wanted to take initiative into that, and have them bounce ideas off of one another, because there's some people who might fit that better than what we've been doing here currently, because people haven't liked the structure recently with what was happening at the table.
I actually really like the logo, memes aside.
And for those people who haven't liked it, the leading departments and having more people and just more creative freedom, that would fit them better.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Should try to avoid to not spread too thin though, because that could end up with people not going to really any meetings.
Well, we were thinking like one department meeting a week that they can schedule with their department to be able to discuss what they need, if they even need a meeting, because we also don't want the meetings to be like, you have to have a meeting if there's nothing to discuss or if they're in the middle of building a new project. Sometimes the meetings can just, you show up and you have nothing to say at that point, instead of going out and actually doing the project. I would personally prefer people to be working on the stuff than just sitting around saying, this is what I would like to do, instead of doing the thing.
Yeah, I agree.
So
Then again, sometimes without those meetings, they'll keep telling themselves that they're gonna want to do something, but they're not gonna do it.
agreed.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
all about
Just
finding
need
the
a delicate
balance.
balance, really. Yes.
Yes.
I feel like I feel
All
like
right, perfect.
yeah,
So we
our-
move forward with
Is it
this.
a-
I like the structure. It's good.
this is pretty solid.
One of our next steps is basically to find people to
I
appoint
think you could
into those department
you
head
could do
positions.
medical department if you get more
I kind of
projects
want
than
to
just
hold
Dream
interviews.
Pharma.
I haven't discussed this with Eve, but I kind of want to hold interviews for it. Like, tell them what the departments are going to be, and then have people already in the company put themselves up for the position and see what they see the departments moving forward as, and seeing what their ideas for it would be, to see who actually takes initiative to do stuff.
But as it stands right now, I don't think we have enough competence at the meeting to fill all of these positions.
Agreed.
No, but there's some.
There's some, yes.
No.
All right. Fair enough. I agree with that. I think that's a good way to go about it. Well, let's see.
I will say before you go renaming subsidiaries, let me double check existing contracts and make sure that we're not screwing ourselves over by renaming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
We're
Because
also
certain exclusivity contracts like CIA, the city has to order 500 missiles from us before they can go to anyone else. So if CIA no longer exists, then that exclusivity might go away, for example.
good call, Tim.
Oh,
You're
Tim. Gonna miss you, buddy.
you're already doing legal things.
Yeah.
Are those contracts, do they pertain to the trademark name of the company or the company itself? Because if it's the company, then surely it should not matter on the labeling.
It shouldn't, but I want to make things as clean as possible and give less headaches later on in terms of trying to figure out like who owns what and who's who and who's the successor to whom.
All right, fair enough.
All right, Tim, you said that you had the contracts ready to go, but then you had a question about if Lang is retiring, what happens then in the future?
Yeah, so is he keeping his 29 and a half, or is he giving that up? And
Whoa, guys! This isn't your decision. This is my exit request here. But didn't you call my lawyer for this?
I think he was just asking you, Lang.
Okay, sorry. What were you asking me?
are you keeping your 29.5%?
Well, let's wrap up whatever else we got to wrap up before we start talking about my exit package, please.
I think we're done.
We done, Nancy? We done, Eve?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't have my lawyer here, but I can put in my request now, and then if we need to discuss in the future, Tim, you can let me know.
All right.
First request would be I need $150 million for my exit. The second would be I'd like to retain the founding partner position. I would like it to be tied to absolutely nothing. I just want the title. My third request would be anything Cerberus name or branded be abolished and destroyed, be forgotten forever. My fourth request would be I would like a statue of myself over at the court center. My fifth request would be, well, as you guys can see behind you, I already smashed the three heads there into a million pieces last night.
Yeah, I picked
I would like
everything
to
up.
also demolish the statue downstairs.
And outside as well, or would you like that one to remain?
That one as well.
Okay.
I already forgot what number of requests I'm on, but I would like to retain my percentage and be paid that dividend monthly straight into my personal bank account for life. And
Okay,
those
so
are
we
all my
can-
requests. Oh, I would also, it's 150 million to start, but now if we're gonna start talking about my patents and my inventions, that number is gonna go higher. If you guys wish to keep selling, any invention that I've made or use any schematics that I've created.
Well, see, unfortunately, Lang, I believe you are under an obligation to assign your patent rights to the company. So
Oh, maybe call my lawyer, Tim.
You get to keep inventorship, sure, but assignment goes to the company.
All right. These are my requests, Tim. You have any problem with these things? We can talk about it next week with my lawyer.
Isn't Tim his lawyer?
Well, I hope your lawyer is skilled in patent law. I will just say that.
Oh, he's the best.
All right, perfect.
So we can do the contracts today, Tim.
I mean, any objection or anything else, ladies?
We'll probably
Leslie?
have a private meeting about that.
But yeah, we're gonna have to discuss that.
Or do I have to exit the room? I can wait outside.
No, we'll have it at a later time. We'll schedule something internally.
Okay. So your people gonna call my people?
We'll probably just call you. Yeah.
I know you'll call my people. You don't call me directly, Leslie.
Well,
You lost that privilege.
why exactly did I lose that
Who's your
privilege?
people?
Because I don't work here anymore.
Could we get the contact information for your people?
Yeah, I'll have my people send over the contact information to your people.
All right.
Okay.
So Leslie, the new secretary now, or who should I send the information to?
No. I'll have your people call my people who will call our people.
Who's your people? Who do I send the information to?
Just on people.
Yeah.
All right, I'll figure it out.
Okay. Perfect.
Please, guys, I need the contract done. All my requests in the contract in the next 3 days, or you'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Well, you'll be
your
hearing
people
from
have
our
to,
lawyers.
we have to hear from your people first. So,
3 days.
well, let your people make sure that your people talk to our people within those 3 days, so that we can talk to them.
So we're not
Alright.
signing the contract today.
I don't think so.
Well, I don't know. I guess we can't.
I feel like nothing changed. He just gets $150 million.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much what it is.
I mean, luckily we have that in
Mhm.
the Project Sinatra account, so I guess we could technically do it. But
Right. I don't know if that makes sense.
I'd rather not.
What about we just give him a few days?
I think so. I think that's the best.
I think
Yeah.
if we just do a bunch of really fun stuff without him, he's gonna get sad and then he's gonna want to come back.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll look at doing some events or whatever, just some clown stuff, and I'm sure maybe we can have some spinny things, like big red spinny things.
We can
Oh.
probably do that.
Maybe
Yeah,
inflatable
I mean,
jump castle.
A bounce house.
oh, yeah.
Bounce
We just
Mhm.
tell him all these fun things. We did all these company events, and he wasn't invited because he doesn't want to be here anymore, and
I
he'll get
remember
really
my last
jealous.
request. My last request.
Oh.
Tim, can you bring
Yes.
can you bring your notes out again so you don't forget this one? This is a big one.
All right, I have the notes
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, I would like, I'm leaving the company, so I would like my companies that I've created to leave with me. So Rooster's Rest, Rooster's Reef, Cerberus Industries, and Cerberus Industries Armory.
All right.
Let's put it in the contract.
You're taking the reef from me?
Like I said, I guess we do a couple of days then. Will you loop back?
Bouncy
to,
castles. Hmm.
Bouncy castle. Maybe a hot air balloon.
Yeah, we can do that.
All
Eve and I
perfect.
went hot air ballooning a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Really fun.
Holy shit.
So we'll keep on head fast. We'll wait a week or two and see what happens, and we'll take it from there.
Okay.
When it comes to the department heads in your structure, when do
Mhm.
we want to make sure that happens?
I'd like in the next few weeks, couple weeks, to be like interviewing and putting people up for consideration. I think Max could be really good for one of these.
Mhm.
But I also don't want Max to burn out because he puts his entire self into his projects.
All right.
But I think Max is organized enough and has proved himself, even though he's a newer member of staff.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm curious to hear Eve's thoughts on this as well.
Max loves working. He loves being proactive. He loves being productive. I really think that he would be a good fit for one of the heads. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially something like entertainment, where he already works in hospitality. He already has put him so much into the Gamba side of things.
Is there any reason why we haven't hired Bruno on?
Lang struggled to find a spot for Bruno.
All right. Wouldn't his spots in this context be automotive department?
Oh, 100%.
I think he
Think
would
Bruno
be a
could
good
be a
fit,
good pickup?
but I think so. Yes, absolutely. He's very professional. He's around all the time. You can rely on him, and he's worked with a lot of different companies.
Hmm.
So he could be a good automotive lead, I think. Listen, at the end of the day, in this company, there are entertainers and doers. We have a majority of entertainers, which makes this difficult. So we probably have to look at outsourcing.
Okay.
That's my take on this issue.
Yeah, in my eyes, for example, Bruno has always been Cerberus. He's been my CEO for a long time. I've worked with him on countless businesses. I trust him a lot. Just because he hasn't been core Cerberus doesn't mean he isn't Cerberus, for example. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's good people. We could look at interviewing him, seeing where he's head at.
Mhm.
Then we had one position filled at least, and then put Max somewhere else, probably services.
I was thinking max for entertainment potentially.
Yeah, I was gonna ask a
But also-
clarifying question.
Mhm.
So like the heads, everything under them, they would be like there would be. I know you mentioned like possibly weekly meetings, but I'm assuming like the crew would basically be the people that run those companies under that head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna recommend if you guys wanted input, Max would be great for entertainment. I don't see him being under somebody else in that category.
Yeah, that's the one that I was thinking of for Max. Not the services one, but the entertainment one. Given his nature, like I said, with hospitality, with his Gamba stuff that he's brought in. I also think Sid could potentially be a good spot for that too.
I think Sid talks a lot. She's very good at the functional work that she does do, but she struggles to do stuff. She struggles. She's not a problem solver in that sense. She doesn't find solutions to things that she wants to attack necessarily. I think it's a very niche
Yeah.
technical thing that she's very good at.
Yeah, I would like. The thing is, I would like to give her more responsibility.
Cerberus
as in
in
just finding what
technology
that
is crazy.
because
It's
I want to.
difficult.
I would say
Yeah,
maybe
it's tricky
Kitty.
because she is so good at what she does.
Mhm.
But like you said, it's a very niche thing that she's spectacular at.
Mhm.
So it's kind of hard to give her something. But that's kind of why we were thinking of maybe giving Olympus, which is her company, the billboards and like the CBC offices here and getting them to manage that, so she has more to do.
That makes sense. I like that.
And
Also,
see
Denzel.
where
sorry,
she
go ahead.
goes after that. Yeah. Sorry.
Denzel, I put That's Life under services. I put a question mark because I wasn't sure if that was actually technically a Cerberus company or not, or if that was just a thing that you guys do separately.
I think it's separate.
I don't know. I think like technically technically it would be, but technically it also isn't. To me it doesn't
We never
matter.
had that discussion.
Yeah, I don't think we've had that discussion.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I pretty much oversee all of That's Life shit. I mean, everybody involved is pretty much involved in this. It doesn't matter to me, honestly.
Well, I say if you want it managed on the Cerberus, we can. It doesn't really do that much of a difference. It's
Yeah.
probably easier that it isn't.
Yep. Yeah, whatever's easier for you guys works, honestly. Because like I said, on That's Life, it's literally me, Harry, Leslie, and Lang listed as like the 4 owners, and then I pretty much talk to all the employees. So whatever's easier is easier.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to take that off if that's easier for you guys. I just included it as a just in case sort of thing.
All right, perfect. We'll recoup and see how these things develop. We'll try to schedule a meeting with Bruno at some point and see what his head is at, and we'll keep moving on the structure.
Sounds good.
And I guess we'll wait out Lang, see what happens with this.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Good stuff.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
Got my compound outside.
All right.
Who's blocking? Who's blocking? Is this Tim's car?
Maybe? I feel like it probably is. No custom license plate. I feel like that's a Tim thing.
It probably would be. You're probably right. Yeah.
Out of everybody that was here, I feel like Tim's the one most likely to not have a custom license plate.
Guess we'll wait for him to move his.
I got
goddamn
my
car.
Mustang downstairs. We want to just take that.
Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah.
I forgot. Could just do this. Probably easier.
Snazzy? Uh-huh.
You know, one thing I've always liked
Well, I mean, that would be silly.
is Denzel and Leslie came back from the Bassam situation.
Right, but I just don't understand the logic, really, because if he's asking for all these things, then how are we doing right, but it just does not make any sense at all.
Mustang's over it. Only
Sometimes
cost the
depends on
glory
what
on.
he's in. I think ever since he started playing hoops, less so, for sure.
Leslie's.
Well, I don't know if that is the case. I don't know how that changes things. I don't know what we can really do. I mean, he was asking me to beg him to stay during his announcement, but I don't beg. I think maybe he wants somebody to beg him to stay.